I ran out of glue. I'm just leaving it like this. Alright, I'm going to take a minute to explain how SPD works. If you don't want to hear it, just skip it. Pixel Dungeon is a traditional roguelike, which means that on top of having things like permadeath, your character moves within a tile system. Now you create a new game, choose a class, and once we are done, we can move around. Inspect everything with the magnifying glass, and pressing the clock you get to pass on a turn. There's plenty of ways to whack a rat rather than actually whacking it. You can use this dart trap for example. Oh no, you died. Well, you should start over again. It's not a big deal. Now I'm back on floor 1. I'm going to step on some grass because I need the dewdrops, which heals you. And now I have to kill the snake with a surprise attack, which is behind the door. Oh, an albino rat. I'm going to go away because to somewhere where I'm not surrounded, because if it hits me I'm going to start bleeding. Here. And I'm going to kill this rat. Oh, that's bad. I'm going to go away. Oh my god. Well, that's an example of what you don't have to do. You need to... The dart trap hits whoever is closest. It doesn't matter if it's an enemy or if it's you. Grave robbing's not a crime down here. Losers, keepers, finders, weepers? That's... who cares? I can't hit them, so I have to ambush them and then pick up my skull armor. Each class has different talents. I'm going to pick the intuition one for the warrior because it will let me identify the weapons and armor faster. If I keep explaining, by the time I'm on the 15th floor, this is going to be 50 minutes of potion algebra. Now that I got the strength, I'm just going to jump directly into floor 2. This is a special room. In this case I need 3 blue keys to open all the doors in here, and I can choose either a potion or a scroll. And I really didn't explain the scrolls, but they are like the potions in that they are unidentified and they do things when you use them. I almost died because I didn't eat food. That's something that can happen. Beware. I'm just going to pick the scrolls because I like the scroll of transmutation, which is the one that's probably going to be behind the last door. In fact, I'm going to use this stone of intuition to guess if it's... Yes, it is a scroll of transmutation. I almost died. What else is new? Oh, good thing this guy is chill, but I need to kill him still, so I'm going to come back later. You are going down, Cinderhead. First, I plant a fire seed, so he burns. Second, I'm going to plant a blindwood, which is going to discombobulate. And finally, I loot the spirit, give me that. Now, floor 3, first thing I find is a wand. But first I have to kill this crab, which his thing is that he goes fast. And now I have to fight the swarm of flies. This one does bonus damage for each enemy it pierces, so I'm going to use it now. I forgot it had like 2 of range when it wasn't upgraded. This chest gave me a magical catalyst which I can use to make trinkets, but that's going to be useful later. Oh, especially. This one has 2 chests, but you only have 1 key, so you have to pick one of these. If you inspect them, you'll see that one contains an artifact and the other contains a ring, so I'm going to pick, I don't know, the one with the artifact. Okay, I like the chains. I can literally just yank piranha out of the water. I also can freeze through walls and pick up enemies with it, but that's not nearly as important. Look at my inventory. My spear is glowing. That's because it has an enchantment. In this case, it's an enchantment of blocking. Okay, I'm going to get one for the armor, and for that I need the arcane stylus. Oh no, what a bummer. Now I have to use the well to clean the cores. But first I'm going to equip the armor I got legally, not by grave robbing. I'm going back to floor 2 because now that I have the chains I can kill this piranha. So sorry, I meant piranha. Me, not Spanish, wants to get out. But I'm not letting it. The ghost gives you a quest to kill 1 out of 3 enemies. So this time I'm going to kill the Null Trickster, which has ranged attacks, so I'm going to be careful with that. I don't know if the null looping like this is a glitch, but I'm just gonna use it because it's faster. So now that the null is dead, I can pick a reward. I'm going to pick armor, and now I'm off to floor 4. Every enemy has something unique, and the slime has a damage cap of how much damage it can receive. I didn't know that. I'm going to stand here in case this is a fire potion. Okay.
Eat lead, Rabbi.
Sorry, that's not kosher.
This is Edwin. He made the mimic.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now this is where it gets kind of crazy. This game has alchemy. You can't snap fire out of your fingers with it, but there are workarounds. I'm going to cook a meat pie, because strong warriors need stronger things to chew. I think that's a real quote. Look it up. Now it's time to fight it. The Noob Stomper. Eat who they call the Black Death. Goo. It uses 2 attacks. The first one being a standard melee one, which has a chance to inflict caustic ooze on hit, and the second one where he charges a blast of Dark Miasma, which is a concentration of unpleasant clouds. It takes 2 turns and is easily avoided by going through a corner or just going through a door because it loses sight and stops the charge. I am not going to explain Goose lore because it's kind of extensive and I don't want it to last the whole fight. Okay, I think I have to run now. It will go hard if Gu was a Souls-like boss. Imagine just walking through Jotnam and then finding this. Going down to floor 5, you can see this game has lore, but I'm not gonna read it because I'm not a nerd. This is a stair. No, what? Chop. There's always one nearby the stair. I'm going to buy a scroll of identity so my spellbook can be upgraded. The soundtrack on this game is great. It has some bangers. I like some of the later tracks. Okay, random spell, do something. I'm going to drink water so I don't sleep. Water heals you. Water good. I don't want any of these scrolls, so I'm just going to buy a bomb. I'm just throwing this out there, but there's a trinket that changes how it works depending on the time of the day you are playing, which is wild. Because, well, this game honestly is kind of perfect to play on the phone, and I mostly play it outside during the day, so it's kind of useless. Should I fight them? Or I could just get chained. I don't know if I should just run past them or fight them, but oh, okay then. I think this is a seat that's gonna get you much higher in the dungeon. So I'm gonna give it to the wizard so he gives me a wand. I wanted to give a shout out to the air golem. He's the best to jump other people with. Give me a moment. I'ma fix my legs with a seat real quick. Oh. I'm sure this is going to be a room with a V. With a hidden room with a V in it. I'm just going to say the left potion for later. Now that I'm thinking it, I don't think it was worth it. Maybe. I think it was worth it. A skill armor can be sold for $30. It would be cool if there was a class that could transform into defeated enemies. Like, if you beat a crab, you can turn into it and be faster. The drawback being that you keep the same health bar and have a turns timer, kind of like in Ben 10, yeah. But I don't know if that will fit the game's balance, but it will make for a good mod idea, I think. Now it's time for the next boss. I said I wasn't going to mention lore, but I feel I have to for this one, it's kinda awesome.
If you read the splash screen's text from the 6th floor, then you remember that this is a prison, and everyone got corrupted and turned into the undead by talk miasma coming from below. You can argue that the necromancers are not undead because they flock to the prison to practice their devious craft, and don't seem corrupted, but they still take extra damage from things like the holy bone, which makes them undead. So that means that the only living thing you fight in the prison, really, the only living person you fight in the whole dungeon, is Tengu. Tengu is a famous and enigmatic assassin, named for the mask grafted to his face. Tengu is held down with large clasps on his wrists and knees, though he seems to have gotten rid of his chains long ago. He will try to use traps, deceptive magic, and precise attacks to eliminate the only thing stopping his escape.
You insignificant!
Free at last.
What do you mean free at last? You are done, you don't have a third phase. Shut up. Now that Tengu is dead, I can pick up his mask, and now I can choose a subclass. I'm going to choose the Gladiator because then I can combo and I can parry, and that's cool.
Get digging, needy.